With 8K TV seemingly replacing 4K TVs in 2020, or at least starting to, it leaves one to ask the question, how do you pick a good one? What's going on, Quantum Nation? My name is Quantum, and today I'll be giving you guys the 3 best rules when buying 8K TVs. Now, for starters, I want you guys to know that from a personal perspective, I don't actually recommend 8K. I don't think it's a smart idea, but I will try to cover some of the groundwork that you should use when trying to pick a solid 8K television. Now, the first one being good upscaling. Before anything else, you need to make sure that when you buy an 8K TV, it has solid upscaling. Reason being is because the more pixels you have, the more grain you're going to see because the pixels are now more noticeable. So if you're not a person that likes film grain, you're going to want to make sure that the upscaling chip is capable of being able to reduce noise on a higher level than what is currently possible on 4K TVs. Typically, manufacturers like Sony are the best, and I say typically because you never know. You're gonna have to do your homework and kind of go with the known bests for upscaling, and right now that is Sony. Not picking favorites, just kind of pointing it out as is. But needless to say, just make sure whatever you get, you want to make sure seriously it's a monster at upscaling, because 90% of what you're going to be watching is not going to be in 4K in 2020. Especially once you start watching over the air TV shows, it's going to look worse in 8K than it actually will look anywhere else, because again, way too many pixels, and the screen is likely going to be entirely way too big for the source content. Number 2 would be certified 8K. You want to make sure whatever 8K TV you're getting has gone through the 8K Association or something similar to make sure that it is actually 8K. It will be very easy for a lot of budget brands and things of that nature to just slap 8K on the box and try to sell you on the growing trend. So whatever, again, 8K TV you buy, just make sure it's actually 8K. Now, last on the list would be wait for content and an industry standard. I know that's kind of cheating because I put 2 together, but it really does go hand in hand. See, we're at a weird point in the industry right now where there is no 8K content. There aren't even so much as 8K Blu-ray players. I know that people believe that the world's going to, again, phase out physical media, but I disagree with that because there is a great deal of us that actually like physically owning products. So needless to say that you should actually wait for those 8K Blu-rays to come out, in addition to an HDR standard for said Blu-rays, because again, you're going to be right back where we were in 2014 when they came out with the first generation 4K TVs, and now everyone who bought those have to upgrade once they came out with HDR 1000, and not only that, but just new color standards that didn't exist at the time. The moral of the story is you never really want to be a first generation adopter or early adopter of a standard or even a resolution that hasn't even, again, become mainstream yet, because chances are you're going to get hosed down on the pricing, overpaying by a lot, and then also it's never a good idea to be the first of anything because the technology just hasn't gotten to the point that it eventually will get to. So my idea here is just wait for things to get better. Don't be a beta tester, because make no mistake, for 8K right now in 2020, that's all you really are. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video,